Get ready to dive deep into how gaslighting really works, why it's so effective, and the psychological impact it has on you. We're going to start with the basics and work our way down to the core of this insidious behavior. Now, to begin, we have to zoom out to get a big picture of what gaslighting really is. First, it's denial and distortion. The gaslighter will deny things they said or did, even in the face of clear evidence. They will twist truth or blatantly lie about things to make you feel forgetful or delusional. Second, it's manipulation and mind control. The gaslighter will use manipulation tactics to make you doubt your own confidence and your own perceptions. This can involve things like dismissing your feelings, making you constantly apologize, or isolating you from friends and family. But what's really happening to you when someone is gaslighting you, and why do we fall victim to it? To really understand it, you first have to understand this. Our experiences, starting from a very young age, create a blueprint of the world. That blueprint contains all of your beliefs, your rules for behaving, even your very identity. It creates this voice in your head that tells you how to act and what to do. This voice that's always with you, guiding you, protecting you, and keeping you safe the best it can based on your blueprint of the world. Now, when something or someone challenges that blueprint with new ideas or beliefs, it creates an inner tension and conflict. And the reason I say that is because we don't know which version of reality to believe, our blueprint or the new information. And this is called cognitive dissonance. Psychologist Leon Festinger introduced the theory of cognitive dissonance in 1957. Basically, he described it as the inner turmoil you face when your beliefs, values, or attitudes contradict each other or clash with your actions. For example, if you believe you're a good friend, but you realize you haven't kept in touch with your friends for a while, it can create cognitive dissonance because your beliefs and behaviors don't match up. You might feel guilty or sad because you know a good friend keeps in touch. Now, the discomfort from cognitive dissonance can motivate you to change your thoughts and beliefs. Maybe you change your rules about what a good friend does, or maybe to reduce the conflict, you change your behavior by reaching out to friends more often. Now, this is all a natural part of being human, but here's how that directly affects you during gaslighting. Understand that cognitive dissonance can be a helpful and useful way for you to grow, but when a person is gaslighting you, it becomes a tool for them to manipulate and control you. What that really means to you is this: when someone is gaslighting you, you will feel that conflict, that cognitive dissonance, and try to resolve it by changing your beliefs, your attitudes, or your behaviors to align with that gaslighter's distorted reality, which ultimately means you feel more dependent on them and less confident in your own judgment. Here's what I mean. Picture this. You believe you're a great partner, and part of your blueprint for that is always showing love and support. And you do that. You're a very loving and supportive person. But your significant other keeps telling you that you're neglectful and uncaring. You're not supportive or loving enough at all. They are gaslighting you and creating cognitive dissonance. So you begin to feel unsure of yourself, guilty, and even anxious. You thought you were one thing, and someone you love is telling you no, you're not that at all. Pretty soon you start to question your self-worth. You feel like you have to resolve that conflict between your beliefs and your actions. You feel that your blueprint for being a great partner is correct, so you find yourself changing your behavior. Now you're constantly seeking their approval, overdoing affection, or cutting off friends and family to focus all of your attention on them. You just cannot ignore how important this is, because when someone gaslights you, it creates a conflict between what you know to be true and what you're being told, cognitive dissonance, and it will lead to psychological stress, pushing you to doubt your own perceptions, change your behaviors and your beliefs, all so you can reduce that tension. But it doesn't stop there. The gaslighter will continue to create cognitive dissonance through repeated contradictions and invalidations. They will systematically undermine your confidence in your own judgment by denying the truth. This is an erosion of self-trust, where you start to question your perceptions, your sense of identity, and your beliefs. They will use emotional manipulation through guilt, shame, and confusion to keep you off balance, making you question your worth and sanity. They cause you to steer away from your blueprint of the world and be more dependent on them for your beliefs. They will isolate you from friends and family. This removes alternative perspectives, deepening your reliance on the gaslighter. They will project their own faults onto you. This creates confusion and deflects attention away from their behavior, causing you to once again question your actions and beliefs. And lastly, they will minimize and downplay your concerns. This way, the gaslighter makes you doubt the validity of your experiences, leading to further self-doubt as you become more and more dependent on their version of reality. But why do we fall victim to it? And why can we not resolve our own cognitive dissonance by staying true to our blueprints of the world? There are 5 main reasons. 1. Trust and love. Gaslighting often occurs in close relationships where there is an inherent level of trust. You're more inclined to believe someone you love and trust, which makes it easier for them to distort your perception of reality. 2. Need for validation. Humans have a natural need for validation and acceptance. When a gaslighter withholds that validation or doles it out sporadically, you may find yourself trying harder to align with their version of reality to regain their approval. 3. Self-doubt and insecurity. People with existing self-doubt or insecurity are just more vulnerable to gaslighting. If you already question your worth or your abilities, then a gaslighter's manipulation will amplify those insecurities, making it easier for them to control you. 4. It's a gradual process. Gaslighting often starts small and becomes much more intense over time. The gradual nature of this manipulation means that by the time you realize something is wrong, your self-confidence has already been significantly eroded. 5. Fear of conflict. Some people have a strong aversion to conflict and will go to great lengths to avoid it. Gaslighters exploit this by creating scenarios where questioning them or standing up for yourself feels like starting a conflict, making you more likely to just give in to their version of reality. Remember, the discomfort you feel when your reality is challenged is a normal part of life. Cognitive dissonance can help you grow and adapt, but when weaponized by a gaslighter, it will erode your self-trust and confidence. You deserve to have a life free of manipulation and full of self-assurance with someone who genuinely cares and supports you. Now, if you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content, and be sure to watch this playlist on gaslighting. Until then, stay strong and take care of yourself.